toucan is a toucan for a flu. A toucan is a toucan for nobody. A toucan is a toucan for you. Hello everyone, good morning, welcome to here. Welcome in, come on in. I'm gonna show you a creative, different way that you can use to resolve back to your 1 chord. And so typically we would use the 5 chord of a key as either a major or dominant 7 to resolve back to the 1. But we're gonna hang that guy on a little stove and we're gonna get a little bit more spicy. Today I'm gonna show you how to use that chord you never thought in a million years you'd ever use. And so which chord is it? Sorry, I got a little tired. I'll just tell you what it is. It's the fully diminished 7th chord, okay? And not only the fully diminished 7th chord, it's the fully diminished 7th chord of our 7 chord of a key. Let me explain. And so the 7th chord of a major key is a diminished chord, right? Or a half diminished 7th if we play it as a 7th version. Are you moving? Are you moving? And I'll link a video down below where I talk about regular chords and 7 chords in a key, okay? But we're not gonna play it as a half diminished 7th. No, we're gonna play it as a fully diminished 7th. And the difference between a half diminished and a fully diminished, okay, is that in a fully diminished, the 7th degree is flattened twice. Don't forget, soccer practice is not an excuse to miss lunch. Okay, so why would we do that? Why would we do that then? If we're playing in a major key and the 7th chord is a half diminished 7th, why would we then play it as a fully diminished 7th? Shouldn't that not work? I got off a second, I got restless. And that's a great question. I want you to be proud of that one, okay? But first let me play you that progression. So we're gonna do this in the key of A major, right? And the 7th degree of A major is G sharp, right? Meaning we're going to play the G sharp fully diminished 7th chord to resolve to our A major chord. So let's do that, okay? Here it is. And so all I did here was just walk down to the G sharp fully diminished 7th. That's all. And so let's compare that for comparison reference to the regular typical resolution progression we'd play, which would be the 5 leading to the 1. Okay, so let's do that. Let's play back to back now. Yeah. And so you hear how that fully diminished 7th chord still has a lot of tension that resolves back to the 1. But it's just a little bit spicier and funner than that typical 5 chord. If you go to the grocery store right now, you pick up a corn shuck, you peel it, you take the corn, you put it on the roaster, put some butter on it, you got yourself a delicious lunch. And so now back to your previous question. What was your previous question? Why does this specific tension resolution progression work if it's not the 5 chord of the key nor the true 7 chord? Well, here's the answer. Well, there's 2 answers, okay? The first answer being that this fully diminished 7th 7 chord is the 5 chord. Oh, yes. And so let's break that down, okay? So on the screen right now, we have our notes, okay, that make up our G sharp fully diminished 7 chord. And those notes are the G sharp, B, D, and F note. But I want you to notice something. These notes here, okay, are the upper structure of the E dominant 7 flat 9 chord. All we'd have to do to turn it into an E dominant 7 flat 9 chord is add an E note in the base of this chord, okay? And so that G sharp, okay, a fully diminished 7, all right, acts as a rootless 5 chord. Oh yeah, and that might be a bit confusing because how does this chord act as the E chord as the 5, but when it doesn't even have an E note in it? What the heck does that mean? Well, here's the thing, okay? That is when harmonic context comes into play, okay? Because this chord technically is the G sharp fully diminished 7th chord. But because we are in the key of A major, playing that chord in the context of A major signals to our ear, okay, that we are playing the 5 chord because of how similar those 2 chords are. Let's put that into context, okay? So let me play you back to back the G sharp fully diminished 7th chord, okay, and then the E dominant 7 flat 9 chord, okay? We're gonna hear just how similar they sound. Yeah, it's a stupid little chord, it's hard to play, but you hear how similar it is. Everyone in the world is everywhere. Everyone in the world is somewhere. Everyone in the world is anywhere for us. We need to go and be everywhere. All together now, everyone in the world. And so now what about that flat 9 though? Okay, E dominant 7, I understand that. Okay, it's the 5 of A major, but what's the flat 9 about? What's that about? Well, that's what gives it that spiciness. That's what makes it different. Yeah. Okay, so here's the thing. Can't I just play an E dominant 7 flat 9 chord then? To resolve to the 1? Why do we have to go through all that mumble jamble? Can't I just play the E dominant 7 flat 9 chord? Well, I mean, yeah, you could. But you saw how freaking weird that stupid little chord was. You don't want to play that. Let me tell you, you try that right now. You don't want to play it. You would much rather just play the G sharp, okay? So again, if ever you want to just do that, all you have to do is look at the 7th chord of a major key, play it as a fully diminished 7th, and then use it to resolve to the 1. That's the conclusion here. And so that's all, everyone. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being. Thanks for all that you look. I look like the toucans on my shirt. Like, yeah. Don't forget, everything in your pantry is about to expire. You haven't cleaned out your pantry in a long time, haven't you? I know. I know it. You know it. God knows it. Clean out your pantry. Let me tell you a little story. Once upon a time, there was a lady. She never left out after dark because she was afraid that the street lights were trying to kill her. That's just what she thought. What were you gonna tell her? What were you gonna say? That's what she believed. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being here. Thanks for all that you do. You go, you go, you go, go, you go, you go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go about our day, shall we? We've learned some things together. It was great, I think. 2 can. More like 3 cans. I'm just gonna rest my head here for a moment, if that's okay. I like corn. I do. I like it. Sometimes I'll put it in a bowl. I'll cut it up. And I'll put some paprika. I'll put some parsley. And then you eat it with a spoon. Don't forget to go to meganchurch.com and sign our petition to send pigeons to space. Okay? Sign it. And while you're there, check out the 70s and guitar eBooks. Woo! We got 2 of them. We got the 70s and guitar study ebook. That is a chord, scale, and theory reference book, all organized in the cage system. Okay. You've never seen anything like it before. Yeah. It's got a bunch of theory concepts, all in visual examples. So if you're a visual learner, that's for you. Okay. We also got the 70s and beginner guitar guide. That's going to help you on your beginner journey. Okay, everything you need to learn at the beginning of playing guitar is all in the book, and it's got a practice schedule to implement all the things in it. Yeah, and if you're looking for a course, possibly one that'll teach you how to build major scales and how to build chords from those scales, and how everything is organized into keys. We got the key to Miss Walter course. It's everything I just explained. Yeah, and it's also got a practice PDF workbook to practice all of the things. Yes, put it into application. Yeah, put in your applications. Hello, I'd like to apply for a position of administrative office attendant. My interests are Post-its. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Okay, at 5,000 subscribers, I'm going to solve Rubik's Cube on camera for the world to see. Yeah? Totally? Let me tell you about a story of a ghost. He was a ghost and he lived in the 17th century. Castle Farms of Alabama. What he would do is he would go into the towns and he would terrorize the local marketers, who were the market officiants. They would sell pottery bowls, little weaved things that you use to put your hot pots on so it doesn't burn your countertops. He was a ghost and he would go there. What he would do is he would knock over the pottery pots and bowls. He would take those weave pot heater protectors. He would put them all over the ground and stomp on them. Then he would take them and he'd put them back. And all the marketers at one point had a meeting that they called the council. And at the council, they would talk about the ghost, of course, terrorizing their entire markets. And they would say, what are we going to do about this? So what they ended up doing is they just moved. They just moved. They packed up. They moved because ghosts apparently only have a range of about 50 feet. Radiation. They ended up being very successful. They were very successful. They moved into the outskirts of the town nearby. It was called Joy. And they loved it there. They had lots of trees that would grow apricots, and they would make jam, pies, and then they would sell those at the markets as well. Yeah.
Hello. Hi. Oh, it's the ghost. Hi, Mr. Pottery Pots. Man, have you found any pottery pots to knock over? Maybe you should go to the pottery barn. It's a barn full of potters. What?
No, I don't know where they went.
They, I think they might have mentioned something about like apricots, but yeah, I don't know. That was the ghost. Pottery past.
Thanks for watching. Thanks for me. Thanks for all that you do. Don't forget, just listen. Just go for it. You know, go for it. Whatever it is, you better go for it. No hesitation. Go forth, my child. Goodbye. I'm gonna do my thumbnail now. How about that? How about I do a thumbnail now? Thumbnail now. A thumbnail now. A thumbnail now.